Good morning, beautiful people. Today I wanted to do just like a super low-key, chill mental health check-in with everyone. I've got a plate of some apple slices. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out. Good morning, Snickers. Can you say good morning to the peeps? You are such a little dolly. Oh, look at you, cute little babe. The last few days have been interesting for me, like mental health wise. I wouldn't say I'm struggling. I'm also not thriving. I think it's important to talk about those moments when we're kind of just like in this state of, I don't know, it is what it is. I don't have like this extra enthusiasm or zest for my day, but I have still been day in and day out getting up, doing my routine. So super proud of myself for doing that. That feels good. That has my overall sense of just like being and self-worth and self-love. It's like, I don't know, everything's flowing. I feel really good in that sense. I feel confident that I'm sticking with my goals. But I did kind of want to talk about that because it is interesting, throughout life we'll have different periods, external factors that are going on, just like things in our personal lives, but also, especially being females, how our hormones change. So like the male hormonal cycle is 24 hours and females is 28 days. So it really is like a roller coaster, and I feel like unfortunately a lot of women like myself have been misdiagnosed with different mental health disorders. And the truth is, we really just needed to regulate maybe our nervous system and kind of understand our hormones. That's something that we're not taught growing up. I really think in schools we need to start empowering children to learn about their bodies. I know this is controversial. A lot of people are like, well, that's up to the parent. Maybe it is up to the parent, but the reality is it does take a village to raise a human being. So we can't just like rely on one source. Oh, this child's going to get everything they need from their parents. No. We see the community within schools, if you're religious, within churches, even the YMCA, like just any after school activities. There's so many different people that can step up in our lives. And, looking back, it kind of does make me sad. You kind of think like, oh, there's different chains that kind of failed us in a sense. We should have had more knowledge. But now, at least with the internet, that's one positive thing. We're all learning together, we're all growing, but let's do better going forward. Why not? We deserve that. Our children, our future generations deserve that. Long story short, my hormones this week are going down. Period's coming any day now. I think I'm at my lowest point, but it feels good that I'm not like beating myself up in my head anymore. I'm not telling myself these stories. I am really just like going with the flow and listening to my body and how that feels. So maybe we're feeling a little bit discomfort or a little just like, I don't know, like I said, I'm just not super enthusiastic right now. But okay, I'm gonna go back because this is where I've been struggling too. This is the first week in a very long time where almost every single day I'm like, don't know what day it is. Like I keep thinking it's a day after. I genuinely cannot believe that it's only Wednesday. It's been a really long week. Work is really picking up for me. So I've been with this company, I think going on 9 months now. And at first it was just like a slow trajectory of learning all the things. My job as an analyst is a beast. It's never ending in terms of what you learn. So even, after several years of being there's going to be so many things that I don't know. But we're really getting into the nitty gritty right now. There's a lot of meetings, there's a lot of projects, there's a lot of different build. And then on top of it, of course, just like everyday life, cleaning. I've been behind on vacuuming, finally got that done today. So I'm like, we're chugging along, we're being productive even though we don't want to do it. Like if we're being real with ourselves, like I don't want to do all the boring adult stuff on top of like my personal goals, on top of work, on top of, you know, making sure I'm putting enough time and energy into my friends, my family, my relationship with my husband. That's just like the little things in life that it can be a lot, but we're gonna give ourselves grace. We're gonna know that we don't need to put on this like cheery, fake, happy face every single day. We're not gonna hop out of bed and be like, let's go, like, let's conquer the day. But we're still gonna do that in our actions. We're still gonna complete our routines, you know, even if we have to adjust them. So, you know, with work, I don't have like necessarily my skin routine doesn't happen at every single time, like the same time every day. It really depends on my schedule. So for the most part, I'm really consistent, like one of the first things in the morning. But sometimes if I have several back-to-back morning meetings, I don't get to, you know, brushing my teeth, doing my skincare till midday. And I've really learned for me, like if that's what's gonna work for me to be able to get these habits and routines done, taking care of myself, is that I have to be flexible and kind of move them and shift them throughout the day. That's okay. We can do that. If you're someone like me who's kind of a control freak, or for whatever reason you just like work really well with the structure of a routine, it can be really, really hard to give up some of that control. But I think just over time, I've come to accept that not every day is going to look the same, and that's okay. And to kind of just like let go. And it's all good. I want to know in the comments how you guys are showing up for yourself today. If we're having a crappy mood, if we're having a ecstatic mood, whatever it is, anywhere in between, what are you doing for yourself to show up for yourself, to, you know, continue working towards your dreams, towards your goals? Or maybe it's just a simple like, most days you're in bed and today I want to get out of bed. Heck yeah, small victories, no judgment zone here, absolutely not. I've had some pretty lows in my life where I've spent, I mean, we're talking like 23 hours in a row in bed, not getting up. So there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It can be so hard though. A lot of us have trauma that's just like deeply rooted. It's in our bodies and we have to release that. Something that really works for me is meditation. I've touched on a little bit on this channel. Also taking things to the body. So anytime we're feeling discomfort in our body, I like to close my eyes. I'll do a body scan, you know, from root to crown, or root to third eye, I should say, and kind of just see like, where is my body holding this tension? What are some maybe things in my past that I went through that I need to like still work through so that I can let them go? It's also a really good release technique. So anytime anything uncomfortable comes up, or just like any negative thought in your head and you're like, I don't want to think of this, give yourself permission to release that. You can close your eyes, you can visualize whatever kind of brings you comfort. I really like water, so I've been having a lot of kind of visions of playing in the ocean and just this like carefree sense that brings me peace and quiet and just like genuine joy. So any place that you can go, maybe we're walking through the forest, or maybe you're by a creek, or you're on top of a mountain. Just in general, I think nature can't really fail you. You can't go wrong. But take yourself to your place in that mind, and then just release that negative feeling, negative emotion, because you deserve it. Even if you're holding on to guilt, like you did something wrong that you keep playing over and over in your head, oh my gosh, I completely understand that. That can be really, really tricky, but you have to forgive yourself. You have to let go. You have to give yourself grace. And you have to know that every day is a new day, and you can show up for yourself. You can show up for others, your responsibilities from a completely different lens, starting fresh every single day. So you don't have to keep looking back and keep dwelling. We all make mistakes. Good people make mistakes. I think that's like a tell sign that you're truly a good person. If you do something wrong, and sometimes, you know, it's tricky because depending on who you talk to, I've like done some things and maybe said some things and I feel awful about it, like sick for days, months later. And I tell someone, I open up and they're like, why? That's not even bad. Like, I've done something 10 times worse than that. That can kind of be discouraging because it's like, okay, you don't relate to me, you don't, I guess, really understand. But in general, if something is like eating you up and you can't stop thinking about it, I think for the most part, you're a good person. You have a conscience, or at least you want to be a good person. For bad people, I mean, I can only imagine, right? What I've seen in like TV and films is not even real life stuff, but just like violence or anything that's like just really, really nasty like that, those people, they go about their day. They keep doing that, right? Maybe they like are protecting something or they want something. They will get rid of whatever is in their way to do it, and then they just keep going. They don't think twice about it. So to me, it's like if you do something and it's kind of eating you up and you just have like knot in your stomach and you feel horrible, I think that's your conscious way telling you that, yeah, that wasn't your brightest moment. It sucks. It sucks when we mess up and we do something that's maybe like not reflective of our character, right? But we're all learning, all growing. We need to let go of that stuff. Tomorrow is a new day. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations. We are vibing. You're clearly on the flow that I am, okay? I know I'm kind of all over the place sometimes. I like to make videos that are obviously more structured, have like 1 or 2 topics, but I'm not a script girly. I'm really just like trying to be candid and real with you guys. So you're gonna see a lot of unedited, unfiltered posts. That is not, it doesn't have to do with me like not wanting to work hard, making videos for you guys and putting out like really crisp, clean videos. I do absolutely respect the creators that do that. But for the purposes of, this is me in my life, right? You already know I've got a crazy schedule. Work is crazy. I'm really taking care of myself, focusing on mental, physical, spiritual, all the health. Also sharing that with you guys and just creating a community to be real. We gotta let down some walls, for sure. We have to stop looking perfect all the time. Like, I'm just so exhausted of doing that. I don't know. I think I was picked on. I was teased pretty bad as a kid. And that might be surprising for some people to hear that were my friends, quote unquote. I don't really know. I've always made the best out of any situation. Like, looking back, every single period of my life, I have been simultaneously happy and sad. Like, I was the happiest kid you would ever meet, and I was also the saddest child. Like, just this deep down sadness from a very young age. And honestly, to the day, this is how I feel. Like, I feel so happy. I feel this happiness that, you know, most people only dream of having, but I also have this like deep-rooted sadness within me. So just trying to really love and accept that ebb and flow of all that it is. That's really who I am. But so yeah, there's a lot of periods when I was going through being like teased and picked on that I didn't necessarily talk about it, or maybe I did, and the way that I said it, I was so nonchalant about it that people were just like, they didn't know how to react. I've always been like that, right? Like, when I was younger, I know now that we're not supposed to like trauma dump and tell people, you know, everything that's happened to us, but like going through those things as a kid, I thought I did. I thought I was, you know, kind of verbalizing, and I would just like throw it out there, oh, this happened to me. And no one was ever like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, that's really messed up that happened to you, until several years later into my adulthood. I'm just now like finding people who I shared those things with, and they're just like, that's really horrible. Like, you didn't deserve that. But yeah, kids are mean, and it definitely like knocked me down for sure. And I'm finally like secure in myself and love myself that I know I deserve good things. Those people should never make me feel that way. And but no regrets. Here we are now. There's nothing we can do about it. It's all character development, right? So no matter how hard it is to come to terms with, excuse me, his apples got me, or to accept, like, we have to just kind of accept it happened to us. It's not a reflection of us or what we deserve. A lot of us get treated a lot worse than we deserve. And I just want you to know, every single one of you, you are so beautiful inside and out. Like, I don't even know who's seeing this, but I just know that you're beautiful, and always stay true to yourself. Always shoot for the stars. And don't listen to anyone that tells you you shouldn't. And any haters, they're not meant to be in your life. I hope everyone's feeling blessed today. Like I said, you are all so beautiful. We'll talk next time.